So it's been a bit since I've actually sat down and given my thoughts on a game, and with all this stay at home and distance learning, you think that might create more time for these types of things. But alas, as a parent, it actually decreases my gaming adventures. But anyway, let's get to it. V4 is an odd name, but it was on my notifications in the Play Store one day and it looked pretty, and obviously it caught my eye at some point because I'd pre-registered. So what was I expecting? Well, pretty much what I got, and what most of these third-person MMOs give us. So MMOs on phones, they typically turn into an autoplay grind fest, some earlier than others. And this game does not disappoint. Or it does, depending on how you want to play your MMOs. So you start off treated to a pretty CGI cutscene, set to introduce you to your traveling companions, and then of course you regain control, out of sorts, and in a way lost. The character creation is nice, though the classes are gender locked, the animations are pretty, and as expected in this type of game, the females are generously jiggly. Even their full metal armor isn't shy about movement. The sound is fairly generic. It's not bad, it's just what you'd expect from a fantasy game. The swelling trumpets, ground shaking thunderous drums ushering in your impending doom, the soft strings, and the uplifting flute trills. Graphically, on my S9 Plus, it's really pretty. There are a few pop-ups when you're mounted up and galloping around, but for the most part they have hills and turns to help limit the amount you see rendering on screen. Controls are fine as well if you're actually using them rather than auto-playing, and we'll get to that in a second. And it's cross-platform, kinda. The PC port is pretty much running on an Android emulator on your PC. All the touchscreen controls and everything are right up there, like you're mirroring your phone on your monitor. And yeah, there are keyboard controls for movement, but it just doesn't feel right if you've been playing on your phone. The world itself is decent size, but it's oddly locked. There are map areas that are instanced off from others, which is fine. Final Fantasy XIV does it, and it allows for more detail in any given area for loading. But there's no weather or day or night cycles. The first beach area is always sunny and full of daylight. Further in, the area near a major city is perpetually at sunset or sunrise. It's just orange and dim. The desert is always bright. The forest is always gloomy. They don't change whether you're there for 10 minutes or 10 hours. So I've got a few more boxes to check before we get to the autoplay section of this review. Stats, boosts, and the like. You level up whether you're online or not. Each time you log back in, you can get a great chunk of experience, a few levels at a time if you're away for long enough. You don't start getting skill points for your talent tree until level 55, and then you get one per level to start pumping into your skill tree. But don't fret. Along the way, you'll power up demon stones, enhance your potential, enhance your weapons and your armor, and they can be destroyed in the process, so be careful when you're clicking away. You can enchant your weapons and armor, socket your weapons and armor, level up the stones you socket into those weapons and armor, and evolve and enhance those stones and level them some more. You have food that gives buffs, pets that give buffs, mount that gives buffs, lots of stuff to level. You kill monsters to earn research tokens and level up your research on each monster type or subtype to gain stats as well. You level and unlock new skills and sub-skills that do something. I tried to be invested in the text, but I never died no matter what skills I plugged in, and everything around me fell over. I'm sure at some point in my 80s I may have to pay attention, or if in PvP, but stuff dies and I don't care. Mounts and pets are given via daily chests that show up in the mail. They're earned from login rewards, achievements, quests, and the real money store. And you can combine mounts and pets that you have multiples of for a chance to get a higher rarity. This doesn't happen often, if at all. Companions are little minions that you can send out to do quests, gather, and kill named mobs, and these take from 2 hours to 10 hours, so it's something to keep you coming back often to check in and send them back out. So now we have to talk about the autoplay, because I want to talk about crafting, and crafting is a mammoth undertaking to say the least. For each base component you want to create, you need 50 of a gathered component. So for one milled flour base to create a potion, you'll need 50 of that particular flour. 50 for crafting a potion. Now you do get multiple potions per go, But that's just the start. Once you get to a higher tier, especially in the weapons and armor, you'll need 10 to 15 of 5 or 6 different components, meaning thousands of gathering nodes from different map areas to craft a couple of items and still not even be close to leveling to the next tier. And at level 66, the stuff I get from quests is way better than any blue I can craft. Autoplay features heavily into this. There's a button for auto battle and another one for auto gathering. Beautiful. Hit auto gather, set the phone down, come back in 10 hours to a bag bursting with goodies. Yes and no. First, it will only gather the type of item you're closest to. So if you start near a tree, it will gather those trees for you, but not any of the iron or gems that are in the area. And that's okay, because generally you're going to be focusing on one thing or another. The one thing that I do love is the sleep mode feature. It continues whatever auto you're doing, but brings up a dark minimalist screen with the logo, the time, and a little update window that shows what you've done, like how many items you've gathered or how many enemies you've killed. So it's great for saving your battery. In that though, even if I leave my little lady gathering all night for 9 hours or so, I still only end up between 500 and 1,000 items. Remember, you're not the only one auto gathering, and the AI just takes you from one node to the next. If it's empty, it moves on and you hope the next one has something. The quests are in desperate need of auto completing as well. It starts off innocent enough, talk to this guy, now this guy, now this guy. Please kill 15 of this and gather 3 of this. But wait, while you're in the area, a pop-up quest tells you to also kill 20 of this. Later on, it's the same formula, but it takes it up a notch. Kill 60 of this, gather 10 of this, kill 50 of this. Oh, here's the pop-up quest. Kill 90 of this while you're here. Some of these kill quests overlap, meaning you're not going to kill 150, but having to kill 90 something every 10 minutes can be mind-numbing. Now, quests also autocomplete and go through the dialogue options to a point. After 10 or so quests in a chain, you'll be required to click the little icon that says complete turn in and then manually click to accept the next quest, and then you're off and on your way. And auto battling is really only good for the kill quests. I wouldn't recommend it for overnight adventures. You're better off using that time for gathering. I only went from level 1 to 10 auto battling overnight versus getting level 1 to 6 gained from just the experience from being logged out. So there's a myriad of other in-game systems. There's raid bosses that no matter what the timer says, they're never up. Dungeons that are just maps where you auto kill things until the timer runs out, and there are other players in there that will be competing for kills. There's demon hunting, where you spend currency to scan the map looking for mini bosses. Now these instances consist of the same thing each time. You kill X ways of trash, then kill the boss for loot. And loot, by the way, no matter what difficulty I completed, it was always under what I currently had on, even after enchanting the hell out of it. There's the penguin shop with specific currencies you can spend that you earn in-game, and don't let the purple writing on the text next to the shiny boxes fool you. It only increases your chance for getting something good, and I never did. I got absolute garbage every time. You can buy materials, pets, mounts, gear enhancers, companions, and more in the real money shop. So in a way, since all these items buff you, you can buy your way to victory. Though I've not spent a dime. So there's an auction house where people are dumping off the stuff they no longer need for real money currency that I don't have. And I can't say anything definitively bad about the game. It's pretty and it can fill the itch if you like to micromanage and click little glowing dots to clear them off and send minions out to do your bidding while watching your character wade through thousands of mobs. The animations are pretty and flashy and it's not boring, but the best way I can sum this game up and rescue this review from my rambling is this. V4 is an MMORPG simulator that you can also play if you like. So anyways, thanks for stopping in, and I will try and update a little more regularly than I have been, and we'll talk to you soon.